What's going on, everybody? I'm Alex Hunter, this is HP Builds, and welcome back to the channel. So before we get into today's video, I've got two things I want to cover with you guys. First one is we are like this close to being monetized after the Cleetus and Cars video, because that video blew up. I think we're almost at like 15,000 views on that one. But if you're not sure what monetization means, that means making money off this channel. Not a whole lot starting out, but anything is better than zero. To do that, you need 4,000 watched hours. We have like 3,900 and some odd hours. You also need 1,000 subscribers. We don't have that. We're nowhere near that. So if you're watching this video, please do me a favor, click that button down at the bottom that says subscribe. That way we can raise that up, get to that monetization level, start making some money so we can dump it back into the videos and make that car better, make the trailer better, get maybe another vehicle to put in here. Like I said, anything is better than zero. So please, first thing to do is hit that subscribe button. All right, guys, the second thing we need to discuss is Skids for Kids. That group, I was really amazed last weekend when we had $4,000 worth of toys to take to the Niswonger Children's Hospital in Johnson City. I talked to the guys and I was like, hey, you guys are clearly in Missouri and I'm in Tennessee. So am I allowed to take this and kind of do my own thing around here while you guys do your thing where you're at? And they were like, yeah, absolutely. So this is where I'm calling on you guys. Right now, all the way till the end of this month, we are in preparation for NMRA. So this car's got to get cleaned up, got a few little things we got to take care of, which we'll go over in today's video. The trailer's got to get some stuff done, but really we've got 2.5, 3 weeks to cram and get all this stuff done with all my work and Ashley's work. But I need you guys to meet up with us, get with us, bring toys to NMRA, whatever you guys want to do. Bring it to the Tennessee region race next weekend, whatever, it doesn't matter. Get with me, let's get some toys together, because I reached out to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital and I said, hey, this is what we're doing. I'd like to get with you guys. Can you give me a list of things you guys are looking for, certain toys, certain age groups, etc.? And they're getting back to me on trying to give me a list. I will give that list to you guys in the next video. But between now and the end of this month, let's try to round up as many toys as we can for Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. Now, let's get into today's video. This is in fact ours. Alright, so in today's video, I wanted to go over exactly what went wrong with Lucy while doing the burnout at Bristol. So obviously I had 2 times that I had to back this car up. One of those times I got trapped in a hole, couldn't get out, couldn't get the car to spin around. That's on me. Should have came in with a little bit more speed, should have been able to kick the car around, and I would have got out. However, the second time, that was not on me. That was actually on Lucy. And let me show you why. So a few months ago when we were at Cleetus and Cars Indy, if you remember, the side skirt on the driver's side came off. It also ripped off this inner fender liner. And what I did is I obviously got everything put back on as far as the side skirt went, but I did not have the hardware to put the inner fender liner in. What I did is I went up to AutoZone, got every little plastic pin they have to try to get that fender to hold in. I knew that there was a chance that that would fail. And I don't know if you can see, but that is why right there. So back inside this fender well, this tire being so wide of a track tire actually rubs my inner fender. That's not bad because I know it. So obviously when I'm racing, I get a little close every once in a while, but I try not to go full steering lock because you technically don't need to. But as you can see, it does rub. So for instance, that pin right there is almost coming out. Well, on the driver's side, that pin was obviously a AutoZone piece of junk, and it did break. So if you look at the video right here, you can see where I go to turn the wheel and the fender liner falls out. So when that fender liner fell out, it went completely under this tire. And when it did, no matter how much brake I applied, this was sliding. The only one that was actually braking this car was the passenger side. So when I had the fender fail and I went into the wall, if you notice, I backed right up, right? No big deal, didn't hurt the car. I wasn't worried. I knew we were good to go. But when I went to restart, I only did clockwise spins. That was because no matter what I did to the steering, this car wasn't going anywhere. The only tire that was actually on the ground was that one, and it was locked. So it was just pivoting around that tire. So that was the first issue that was definitely on me. The second issue that I didn't listen to everybody around me that was airing up their tires. So clearly we ran a test out here and we were in fact able to get third gear. Well, they were on Tiger Paws. We were running Pirellis. Pirellis obviously are a lot softer. I should have known better. So that was my first mistake in the back tire situation. But the second problem I had back here was tire pressure. So everybody at the event was raising their tire pressure like 50 plus PSI. That way you were crowning on the very center of the tire. And when it did go to pop, it made a loud pop. So clearly, we did not pop these tires. They're not even remotely close to popping. I mean, we've got a few wires showing, but nothing like we should have. So hindsight, I would have ran 55 PSI and tried to get these things to pop. Now, I was talking to Ashley, and I said, you know, if I didn't have to back up those 2 times, I didn't have third gear fail me at the beginning of the burnout, I would have had more time of tires spinning. So maybe if I didn't have the fender liner fail, and maybe if I was smart enough to leave this car in second gear right out of the gate, maybe they would have popped, but they didn't. So lesson learned, my fault, especially on the fender, especially on the tire choice and on the tire pressure. Everything else was, I feel, out of my control. Maybe I need to be a little bit better of a driver and get into those tiny boxes with a little bit more speed. Don't be so afraid to hurt this back bumper. Ashley was making fun of me on that. She was like, you're real timid. I'm like, God, please don't use that word on me. I'm not timid. I go crazy in this car. I pin it up against a wall. She's like, yeah, but you don't get close to the walls when you're moving. Fair point. I'll give her that one. So maybe I do need to be a little bit more aggressive, but a lot was learned from this weekend. We're going to take with us when we go down to Bradenton, because we are in fact going to Bradenton. Now, what tires will I choose? I can tell you right now, we've got Tiger Paws in the trailer that I did the test on. At NMRA, we're going to test on the Tiger Paws, see how good we can do. Can I get the car in third gear? Can I win that event? And if so, we're going to run another set of Tiger Paws and do away with these Pirellis. Then, one more thing I got to take care of, which wasn't necessarily a problem with this weekend, but I'm running aluminum wheels. Not the smartest for doing burnouts. I'll give myself that. I bought these, got a super good deal on them with the tire. And as I was talking to the guys this weekend, per the rules, you're supposed to have steel wheels, because if, for whatever reason, I crash into the wall and the tire goes to hit the wall, these will crack and turn into shrapnel moving at 100 miles an hour. What I need to do is go to steel wheels. That way, if I hit a wall, they just bend. So few things I've got to take care of, few things I've got to get better at. Got to get better at tire pressure for one. Got to eliminate my inner fender liners on both sides because clearly that one's about to fail me too. And I've just got to get more courage. I've got to be okay with eating this back bumper up a little bit if I do. I mean, mind you, we have got like an inch of rubber. We're missing lights already. I don't know what the answer is. Is the answer put some kind of bash bar or something? I don't know. But for now, that's what we got to fix. Fender liners, wheels, better tires, and a lot more tire pressure. So that's what I did this weekend. I screwed up. It's all my fault. Should have popped the tires. Should have put on a better show. But I still had a blast. Cleetus and cars is always a blast, no matter where it is at. And being at Bristol Motor Speedway was like the icing on top of the cake. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Please take into consideration what I said at the beginning of this video. I really need to get this channel monetized because, well, this car needs some more horsepower too, but we won't talk about that. All right. See you guys in a few days when I got some important news for you guys. Let's just say that. See y'all in the next video.